Hello, I have never done this before. It is my first time going live, so I'm actually feeling super nervous. I often stumble over my words, so I can almost guarantee you I will do that. But we had so many amazing library books this week, and so many of you responded that you wanted me to share with you those library books, and it was gonna just be this really long video, and I didn't want it to be drab or boring, so I thought it'd be so much more fun to try out a live, interact with people, hi zeros, and just share with all of you some of the library books that we borrowed this week. So I'm gonna start with the little ones. We always try and borrow a few board books, and so I've got 3 here to share with you. 2 are board books and another one is brilliant for babies. So a lot of you may know this author, Leslie Patricelli, and the title of this book is Mummy. I love this author. She's got tons of great ones. We own one about going to the potty. It's beautiful, but this book talks about all the wonderful things that you do with Mummy. Hey Mel! And it's great because you can act out a lot of this book. Like, I think there's tickle parts and snuggle parts, and it's very relatable for your little ones to read this book. So I love having this book. This little series is something I stumbled upon a little while ago. Hey Sierra! And it takes biographies and it puts them in the hands of really little ones. They're really simple sentences and clear pictures. This is so engaging for little ones. Now, to be fair, my 4 and 6 and 8-year-old loved this as well. But if you've got little ones, like birth to 3, hey Dominica, this is another really amazing library book. This whole series, the illustrations in this are beautiful, and it gives your kiddos a little insight, and you, because I didn't know much about Georgia O'Keeffe at all, if I'm totally honest. So this was really fun to read. Another one that we stumbled across, and I still can't figure out who the author is, but it's called The White Book. And it's basically about a little boy who's painting the wall, and as he's painting the wall, different images and characters and things come up. And so we got to this page and my kids were excited because there was fish, and we have a fish tank, and then they were able to count the fish, and they're talking about the color, and then it goes away and the fish swim off. So there's no words in this book, but there's so much to look at and have fun with. You've got different animals, different colors, definitely some different emotional responses and reactions. So this is another really great book if you've got really little ones at home. All right, so moving a little bit away from the little ones, I've got a whole stack here. I'm so excited to share. Don't worry about taking notes. You don't have to take notes. You can send me a DM. I'll make sure that I get your email, and I'll send you the whole list of all of these books. So just hang out with me and listen to how fabulous these books are. All right, so in my giveaway that I am drawing out tomorrow, and to enter the giveaway, you've got to go onto Patreon, become a free member. So it doesn't cost you anything, like a couple posts, and I'm gonna send one winner, Julia Donaldson's The Cook and the King. We're gonna do Mac Barnett's Sam and Dave Dig a Hole, and Llamaphone. So 3 brilliant books that we love. Anyway, because we were borrowing Mac Barnett, we borrowed the Sam and Dave Dig a Hole, and we borrowed 2 other books of his. Now, you might be familiar with this one. This is Extra Yarn. It's a beautiful tale about a girl who finds this magical box, and the yarn never runs out, and she knits for all these people, and once all the people and the animals are knit for, she starts knitting for the town, and this archduke comes along, and he's very greedy, and he steals the yarn from her, but the magic doesn't work for him. It's a really beautiful book, especially if you have kids that love yarn and string and things like that. This one is a definite connector quickly. Same author, Mac Barnett, again. He's a really beautiful author. There's very few books of his that we've borrowed that we haven't liked. To be fair, I think there's only one, and it was still a good book. It just wasn't our cup of tea. This one, I'm trying to read backwards, and I'm not very good at it, so I've got to look at the title. My apologies. Billy Twitters and his blue whale problem. So this is about a little boy who does not want to take any responsibility at home, and his mom is pretty much fed up of nagging with him, And so she decides to give him a blue whale that he needs to be responsible for and take care of and take everywhere. And he realizes that this blue whale is rather inconvenient and really, really difficult to take care of. And so I don't know if I want to give it away, but his solution to the problem at the end is not at all what I anticipated coming. We all got a good kick out of the ending on this one. Really good. All right, so I've got more picture books. I've also got chapter books. I'm not sure which way to go. Give me a heart if we should go chapter books. Picture books. All right, here we go. Picture books. Okay, so a few more picture books. Now, these are all three the exact same author. We've got Friend Shapes, we've got the OK book, and we've got Chopsticks. They're all by Amy Krouse Rosenthal, a couple different illustrators. These are Tom Lichtenheld, who is the illustrator, I believe, for Goodnight Construction Site. And this is Scott Magoon. I don't know what else Scott Magoon illustrates. Beautifully fun book about a chopstick that gets injured and what happens when chopsticks are separated. Very fun if you do eat with chopsticks at home. Very creative thinking about all the things that their different chopstick could do. This book really surprised us because this little OK is actually a person. How fun is that? And so this person is really just OK at a whole bunch of different things. So that was really fun and inspiring how such a simple, like just a circle and a few lines could really communicate a lot of different things. So inspired our drawing for sure. This book surprised me. I actually thought that this would be the most engaging for my young kiddos, but surprisingly, it was my older ones that liked this book the most. And the reason why was there's so much play on words in this, and to really grasp how funny this book is, I think you really need to have a deep understanding of language. So my little one liked it because the simple colors and shapes and images, but my older ones loved the play on words and the deeper meaning that was in this, because there's really rich meaning in this book. This, I'd say, is a must borrow. Very, very cool book. All right. Many of you know Oliver Jeffers. You probably know this book, Stuck. Very popular. I'm not going to go through this. If you don't know it, make sure you do soon. But Oliver Jeffers also wrote this book, There's a Ghost in This House. I had never seen this book before. It is so cool. So it's about a girl or a lady who lives in this house, and she is looking for a ghost that everybody says is in the house, but she can't seem to find it. And so as you read it and turn the pages, there's these like parchment paper pages, and as you turn them, the ghosts appear in the house. My kids have read this so many times because like the ghosts are so cheeky, and like she can't see the ghosts, but as a reader you get to see all of them. So this is a really fun Oliver Jeffers book. I'm sad that I've only learned about this book now. So much fun, as long as your kids aren't scared of ghosts, but maybe this book will help them because the ghosts are really cute and fun. A book that I totally judged by its cover, and I'm so glad I did. It's the Tickle Test. I've judged it because my kids like being tickled. Do your kids like being tickled? If they do, give me another wave. Yeah, some people's kids like being tickled. So this book, The Tickle Test, so cute. It's got beautiful rhyme and rhythm, and it's basically about these little mice that are tickle testing all of these different animals, and it rhymes and it's funny. And where's the elephant? My kids love the elephant the most because, you know, all kids love everything poop. Oh, where is it now? Oh, see, I put a sticky page note on the page, but I didn't. So hang out with me while I find the elephant. Here he is. Take a look at that. Oh, that made my kids laugh a lot. But yeah, in the end, you get an opportunity to tickle your little tickle monsters. So very, very fun borrow from the library. All right, last two books I'm going to share. Again, all of these are available in the list that you can get. We have been on a mission to read 100 chapters, and there were two books that we borrowed from the library that got us to the end of that goal, and that was the series Sydney and Taylor. This is the second book in the series, Take a Flying Leap. What I like about these chapter books, you can see there's not a ton of words on the page, and each page is still fully illustrated. So as you're making that transition from picture books to chapter books, this is a really beautiful series. It's really cute, about a skunk and a hedgehog. Very simple, but great transition. This one came highly recommended from another mama that is phenomenal at recommending books. She recommended this. It went to the top of my library list. I was so happy that they had it. It's Princess Cora and the Crocodile by Amy Schlits. I hope I'm saying that correct. And again, it's a chapter book. Now this one is a little bit longer than Sydney and Taylor, but it's fully illustrated again. So a great transitional chapter book when you're going from picture books to chapter books, because the kids still get all the pictures, but you're building their stamina for chapter books, which is so important to do. So this book is really funny. It's about a princess who's pretty tired of being a princess, fed up with her nanny, fed up with her parents, just needs a break, and her fairy godmother sends her a crocodile to take her place for the day so that she could have a day off from being a princess. The crocodile does not do a great job being a princess, as you can imagine. It is a lot of fun. My kids loved reading this. It was one of their favorite books that they borrowed from the library this week. There were so many. These were just like our favorites of the good ones that we borrowed this week from the library. I was a little bit awestruck by the end of this week, and I went back and reflected on our lists and what we'd read, and thinking back to those days when we first started going to the library and getting 3 books each was so complicated, and sometimes we would go home in tears, them and me, because we couldn't borrow the books, great books, or we had trouble finding books. And now I've just sat here and shared with you a whole bunch that are just amazing. So if you're on the beginning of your library journey, if you're in the middle, if you're seasoned, just be encouraged. It's an amazing journey to be on. The more you read to your kids, the benefits for them are just phenomenal. If you are a seasoned library goer, please make sure you share with me your favorite books, because I want to add them to my list so that I don't miss them. If you're on your journey, don't give up. It's okay to have hard days. It's okay to have good days. It's okay to have days where you don't read, where you read one page. All of it's okay. Just keep going, keep borrowing, keep reading, because the benefits for you and your kiddos are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my first live session. Let's see how this goes, and maybe we'll do a few more. Bye.